Would that be fair, Inga?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I was muting myself not to interrupt.
Right. The other thing is, now this is crucial. I'm going to come back to us. Every browser tab that you have open whilst you're live is doing something. Whether you can see it doing something or not, it's working. It's auto-refreshing. If you're on BBC News or CNN, the stories on the page are being continuously updated. And every browser tab is doing something which you would ordinarily find useful. But when you're actually broadcasting, you want as much of your browser and internet to be free for the video. So for good practice, and this is just my recommendation, I'll get Inga's thoughts in a moment, I only ever have maximum 3 tabs open. One is the one that we're on now, which is the broadcast tab. The second one is Messenger, so that if there is a problem, Inga and I can chat in the background to resolve it. And the third one, if I'm sharing a tab, I've got that tab open and prepared so that I don't have to go off screen and come back. Do you feel that the number of tabs open actually affects the browser, Inga?
It does a lot. Sometimes when we're at work, we have a lot of tabs open, and then we're testing the software and so on and so forth. So I can definitely say that the number of tabs, it's very important. Try to keep it as less as possible.
The next thing is, right, okay, now this is one of my favorites. And we both saw a post about this in the Be.Livers group. People, you love to watch yourself live, okay? No problem with that, all good. But if you watch yourself live in the same browser, on the same internet connection, then the quality of your broadcast may suffer, because I'm uploading this picture, Inga is uploading her picture, and then I'm going to download both. This is an extra strain on your bandwidth, and it should be, it's the same as watching Netflix or Amazon Prime whilst you're broadcasting. There's just, right, I'm going to say this because this is me, it doesn't make sense to watch something else whilst you're actually broadcasting. But Inga and I agreed the other day about watching yourself on mobile on 4G.
Yeah, I think that's the only way that if you can't resist and you cannot watch yourself, just do it from your mobile device, not connected to the Wi-Fi network or the same network as you're using.
Brilliant. Now, the other thing is, of course, that still with your browser, so don't watch yourself unless you're on, as Inga said, on a mobile with 4G, not your internet connection. Okay, now another thing that we don't think of very often, which can use your browser's memory, is browser extensions. Now, extensions are wonderful, and it's brilliant to be able to click an icon and something magic happens because it's already in your browser. But when you start your browser, every single extension you use goes live, and it stays live until you close your browser. Now, if you check, and you can go to Chrome extensions, you can check the extensions you're actually using. All the ones that are live are doing things whilst you're live. Okay, so they're not quiet. They don't sit there and wait for something to happen. They've actually got to be polling and asking questions the whole time that they're working. So it is a drain on your Chrome browser. So my best advice, and we'll go Inga as well, is if there is an extension that you don't need, in other words, you don't need to use it, switch it off. Because if you switch it off, then it won't affect your video performance. Would that be fair, Inga?
Yeah, definitely. It's the same I can just add about ad blockers.